Well, joining me now in Mumbai is Sanjay Jha. He's the spokesman for the main opposition party, the Indian National Congress. And in Leipzig, Germany, is Raghav Awasthi. He's a lawyer and member of the Hindu nationalist group, the RSS. Gentlemen, good to have you on the program. Sanjay Jha, is this just sour grapes from Rahul Gandhi blaming the RSS for his failures?
Well, I think what Mr. Gandhi has very categorically stated is that India is experiencing a very disruptive uh, society on account of the right-wing fundamentalism escalating ever since Mr. Modi became prime minister. Please don't forget that in his second time when he's been sworn in, you have already had violence, attacks on the minorities. There was a Tabriz Ansari who's been lynched to death. And you have found that overall, the government turns a blind eye to the most, shall we say, vulgar atrocities being committed on the vulnerable sections of society. Ultimately, we are, a secular liberal democracy. But you have members of the ruling party who have talked about amending the Indian constitution and dropping the term secular and socialism.
Okay.
So there is an attempt to try and change the entire character of our country.
Okay.
And I don't believe that he's got a mandate to do that. He's got a mandate to govern the country, not to change its entire basic structure.
Raghav, Rahul Gandhi is describing a trend. He's describing something underlying the politics right now, which is an extremist Hindu ideology, as he put it. Your response?
No, I don't think there is anything extremist or about the Hindu ideology that the BJP represents. As a matter of fact, the Congress party has Muslim blood on its hands, and I will say it categorically on your show tonight because I think people across the world need to know that there were so many riots that used to take place when the Congress was in power at the center and many other states in India. Over the past 5 years, there has been not one major riot that has taken place, and Mr. Jha has the gall to sit here and lecture the BJP. There were riots in Bhiwandi, there were riots in Ahmedabad, and there were riots against the Sikhs in 1984. So the Congress party has a pathetic record when it comes to protecting the interests of minorities. And therefore, it's, in psychology, this is known as projection. It is trying to project its own inadequacies and failures upon the BJP and the RSS. The fact is that the people of India have rejected Rahul Gandhi in unequivocal terms more clearly than they did in 2014,
so how about,
the BJP's
Raghav,
vote share as well as seat share has gone up.
Fair enough. So how about might both be true? Yes, under Congress, they messed up in many ways. There were terrible riots under Congress's leadership, and they should be held responsible for what happened on their watch. And in addition to that, we have the RSS, which is driving a certain Hindu nationalism that isn't very tolerant towards India's minorities. And right now, there's a majoritarianism taking place in Indian politics.
Not at all. Not at all. And I will tell you why. I'll tell you why it is so. As far as the RSS is concerned, it's not as if Hindutva or the RSS is like a Semitic religion and we have one holy book. If you want to understand what the RSS feels about India's minorities, you should go and listen to what Mohan Bhagwatji said. Mohan Bhagwatji is the head of the RSS, said in June of 2018, wherein he categorically asserted that Muslims are part and parcel of India's body politic, and there can be no debate on that. And add to that the empirically verifiable fact that riots against minorities in India have gone down over the past 5 years. But yes, for the international media, it's a sexy story to report that evil Hindu nationalists in India are killing Muslims, when the truth is the opposite. Of course, there is a country of 1 billion people, and there will be incidents here and there, but the intensity as well as the horrific nature of the incidents is not the same as it was when the Congress was in power.
So
and as a matter of fact, I'll categorically assert.
Right, let's get Sanjay's response. Sanjay?
Well, I'm absolutely astonished that the gentleman representing the RSS talks about incidents being here and there. There are 45 Indians, citizens of this great country, who have been slaughtered to death on account of lynching violence. And according to this gentleman, these are just incidents that happen here and there. What is the fact? He's waxed eloquent on the number of riots that happened when the Congress was in government. What he's not telling you and the viewers of your program is who perpetrated those riots, who is responsible for the riots. You may have a government. Can the government be microscopically managing each and every individual in any society? They can't. So the people responsible for it, and please Google it, are people from the RSS, from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, from the
Oh my
from the
God.
what is their unit called the
Please,
Bajrang Dal, and of course the BJP. Now let me
I'm
also
sorry.
tell you that Mr. Awasthi, please do
Can I
not
come in?
interrupt me. Let's
You
have
can
a
come in
Can
a
I
civilized
second.
come in, please?
conversation.
You
No,
can
I'm
come in a
sorry.
second. Sanjay is going to finish his point.
This rant
Finish your
cannot-
point, Sanjay.
Yeah,
Finish your
please.
point, Sanjay.
Yeah. So my point is, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, can say what he likes, but the truth is the RSS based out of Nagpur controls his government, and RSS did not even actually believe in the Indian flag. They want to change the Indian constitution. They talk of a Hindu Rashtra. And let me tell Mr. Awasthi, the founders of the RSS found Adolf Hitler as a very inspirational model to follow.
No,
and do I
they
need
did
to tell
not.
anybody what Adolf
Okay.
Hitler stood for?
Raghav?
Yeah, can I come in now?
Sure.
So Mr. Jha should be asked as to whether congressmen, people who were Congress party MPs, and as a matter of fact, one chief minister who has been appointed by the Congress party, that is Mr. Kamal Nath, were involved in the anti-Sikh violence of 1984 or not. There are eyewitnesses who place Mr. Kamal Nath, and I'm saying this
I would
before
like
the
to
international
respond to that.
media, at the scene of a riot right in front of a Gurdwara where Sikhs were slaughtered. So please, Mr.
Let me
Sanjay
answer
Jha
that.
should stop, this holier than thou game. And as far as, no, I'll come to Adolf Hitler now. As far as Adolf Hitler was concerned, there were the full extent of the horrors of the Nazi regime were not known, and once they were known, the RSS denounced Adolf Hitler's regime. And around in the 1930s, there were many Western media outlets like Time magazine who were also in thrall of Hitler. And after the successful completion of the 1936 Berlin Olympics, he was held as some sort of an exemplar. So I also know history. I'm sitting in Germany right now. So Mr. Jha should not tell me what Hitler does or does not stand for. He has to realize that. And as far as the Congress party is concerned, they should introspect as
Give
to
me time to
how
respond
their
to it.
policies have led to the ruination of so many, ruination of millions of Indians. The
Sanjay?
BJP is supposedly the right-wing party. It is the party that is providing toilets to the poorest of the poor people of this country. It is giving them rural housing, which the Congress party did not do. Because they want to be in the thrall of one family. They want to build this personality cult around a family. And they want the people of India to worship them. The people of India are saying to the Congress party, thus far and no more.
This gentleman gives me a chance.
Sanjay, come in.
Yeah. Since he mentioned, the riots of 1984, what is the truth? The truth is in the 2002 riots that happened in Gujarat, when the current Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the Supreme Court of our country, the highest judiciary, called in Narendra Modi as Nero, saying that he looked away.
No, there is nothing in any judgment. Don't lie, Mr. Jha.
1 minute.
Don't lie, Mr. Jha. People cannot, please. If you lie, then I will intervene. If you are going to lie, then I will intervene. Sure, I'm a lawyer myself. Tell me where this judgment has been reported.
It's on record.
Tell me where the judgment. Give me the citation of the judgment. Give me the citation.
1 minute.
Please, don't make these unfounded, unsubstantiated assertions. Give me the citation.
Okay, Raghav, give him a chance.
I'm answering you.
Give me the
Very
citation.
simple. I'm telling all the viewers of your esteemed program, just put this on Google. Supreme Court calls Narendra Modi
Oh my
Nero,
God.
and you will get the entire stuff. It's all
Why
there
don't
in the
you give me the
public domain
citation?
for decades. Well, let me tell you,
Mr.
the
Jha,
truth is
give
the
me the
RSS
citation.
and the
Okay, hold on.
BJP
Supreme
listen.
Court judgments are
and the right
reported.
wing-
Sanjay and
the
Raghav,
right
listen.
wing-
Okay, so people
and
will
the
Google
right
that.
wing is famous.
Okay,
The
people
right
will
wing
Google
is
that, no
famous
doubt.
for post-truth,
Okay.
alternate news, and fake news.
Okay, so
That's
now,
a fact.
so listen, we will have our viewers, whether watching this on TV or watching this on digital platforms, they'll be punching things into search engines. They'll find a lot of information. And we can play this game of, pogroms and riots and who was responsible for it. But I want to ask a final question here, Raghav. When Rahul Gandhi uses a specific term, when he linked a journalist's death to what he called BJP RSS ideology. BJP RSS ideology. When he says that, What does that mean to you?
No, what it means to me is that the state law and order in India is a state subject, as in most federal democracies. The Karnataka government was run by the Congress and its allies till about recently. So why is it that nobody from the RSS has been charge sheeted or convicted? They should be charge sheeted or convicted if they are responsible. It's all very well to make these statements after you've lost the election. When he had the chance to, I mean, if he says that the RSS were responsible, why were these people not charged or convicted? I don't understand this, double speak of
Okay.
Rahul Gandhi. The fact is that he's a failed dynast and he is being consigned to the dustbin of history along with his dynasty right now as we speak. And to that extent, we are witness to history being made in India.
Sanjay Jha, BJP RSS ideology, is that accurate? Is that something you stand by?
Well, let me tell you, isn't it a fact that in Mumbai, the Maharashtra where I live, a very aggressive Hindutva organization has been, people have been arrested for actually manufacturing bombs and planning terror attacks. And let's take one classic example. The BJP has a member of parliament called Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur, who was accused of terror and is still undergoing trial, and who said that Mahatma Gandhi's killer, Nathuram Godse, was a patriot. Now, this is the current manifestation of India under the current BJP. They do not respect secularism.
Can I come in here?
They mock it, and they have no respect for other religions. And it's now beginning to, I would say, become so brazen and blatant that I think the world is watching. And I'm glad you're raising these pertinent issues.
Okay, so I'm out of time, but I'm going to give you, Raghav, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to respond, right? But at the very end, I just want you, for clarity, just for clarity, Nathuram Godse is not a patriot, in your opinion, is he?
No, Nathuram Godse is not a patriot according to me, neither for the RSS. As far as Sadhvi Pragya Thakur is concerned, she was jailed during the regime of the Congress party. They could not find any evidence against her for more than 8 years, and that is why she was released on bail. Had it been a Muslim languishing in Guantanamo Bay without a trial, and had he been incarcerated by the United States, the entire international media would have called blue murder. Just because Sadhvi Pragya Thakur is a Hindu, you have differential standards. And these differential standards are the reason why the Hindus of this country, not just the Hindus, but the Muslims, have also voted the Congress party out. And Rahul Gandhi has lost from his own parliamentary district, which his family has represented for decades. So I think the Congress party needs to introspect and they need to hang their heads in shame, for they have brought about the ruination of my great country.
Sanjay Jha and Raghav Awasthi, good to have you both on the Newsmakers.